Hello everyone, welcome to the ninth lecture of the Python programming series. So in today's lecture we will learn about modules and packages in Python. So let us start. So the learning objectives the learning objectives of today are by the end of this lecture you will be able to understand what are modules and packages. You will be able to distinguish between modules and packages, how to import built-in modules, how to create own modules. You will learn all these things. After that, import specific function and variables, and understand different import styles, learn about aliases, explore useful built-in modules, and install third-party packages using pip. And after that, understand requirements.txt, what is that? And at the last, we will build a small project using modules. So let us start with the recap first. So in the previous lecture, we learned about lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. So that topic is clear. Now we are going to start with modules and packages. So just imagine that you are building a project of 5,000 lines of code or maybe more than that. But should everything be written in one file? Should we write all the code, all the logics and everything in one line? So the straightforward answer is no. Why? Because developers divide their code into smaller files. These files are called modules. So every developer, every professional developer will divide the code into smaller files. Why? Because to maintain modularity. Modularity is the important concept of software engineering, or you can say that in that everything is divided into small things and that perform some specific tasks. So what is module? Module is a file, you can say a logic, which has some specific meaning or function. So that is known as module. So this is a module. And group of modules is known as packages. For example, this is a single module, but you have so many modules grouped together. So these are modules, these are grouped together. So this is known as package. So group of modules is known as package, and a single module is what a file or anything that performs some specific task. So in today's lecture, we will learn about how to organize the code professionally. We will learn all these things. So now we are having the definition of module. What is module? So a module is simply a Python file .py with the extension .py, and it contains variable functions, classes, constant, everything that a Python file is having. So module is nothing but a Python code. Let's say this is the file. It will have the Python code only. It will not have anything extra. Python will be written inside that. A module means nothing but a Python file. So every Python file is a module. For example, we are having calculator.py. You have created a program to calculate. What we are calculating? We are adding and subtracting. So we have just created simple functions add and subtract, and we are taking a b as the parameters in both the cases, and we are returning a plus b in the first and a minus b in the second. So when we create another file, let's say main.py, so this time we are just saying import, we are using the keyword import calculator. So what does this mean? It is saying that import the file calculator. So this is the calculator file, this one. So when we are saying import calculator, this code will be imported into main.py. So when this code will be imported into main.py, we can reuse the functions. So how we can reuse? We can say instead of saying add, then giving the parameters, sorry, giving the arguments, we can simply say like that. We will give this name, whatever the name of the file is there. So we will write that calculator, and after that we will put dot and then the function name. Let's say we want to add, so we will give add here, we will type add here, and after that we will pass the arguments. So we are having 10 and 20 as the arguments here. So we will pass this, so we will pass that in the brackets, and we will get the desired output. We will get the desired result with this. So earlier we are just doing this much. We are just writing the function name and the arguments. So this time in when we are importing the code, the logic from some other file, then you need to mention that file name as well. After that dot, then the function name. So likewise you can do the importing. So this is the basic you have seen. Let us explore that in detail. So the next thing is, why do we need modules? So the question arises here, why do we need modules? I think I have answered this question in the starting. So not a problem. Let us see that in a depth now. So without modules, what will happen? Your project will look like this. You will have only one file, main.py, with 5,000 lines of code, and it will be difficult to read, difficult to debug, difficult to maintain, and difficult to reuse. You cannot reuse anything. You will not be able to maintain it properly. You will not be able to debug it, because when some error will occur, you need to find out, you need to search it out in the 5,000 lines of code, and it will be difficult for the maintenance, debugging, and readability will also decrease. So, with modules, what will happen? You will have the project structure like this. You will have main.py for all the main calculations or the execution part, and you will have logics like this. You are having calculator.py for the calculator functions. You will have database.py for storing something or whatever the need it may be. It is just the file structure. And after that you are having authentication.py, utils.py. So you have every file for one specific task. Each file performs one specific task here. So this is the difference when you use modules and when you don't use modules. So it now what will happen, what are the advantages of that? We can, so reusability is improved here. So you can easily reuse the code, whatever the code you have written in one file, you can easily import that into another and reuse that. After that your code will look cleaner, your readability will increase, and you will be able to organize the things better, and it is easily maintained also, and teams can also work on that, teams can collab. So if the code is readable and maintainable, so easily anyone can read it and understand what the person wanted to write it out, write it down, and after that he or she may be able to change that code in the future to do up to push updates or anything, any changes. Now, what? Now the next thing is, what are built-in modules? I probably think that you know the meaning of built-in. So, what does built-in means? Built-in means that it's already created, that it's already there in your system. So built-in modules means Python already provides hundreds of modules that you can reuse, that you can import into your own code without downloading or anything, that are already in your system. When you install Python, that modules automatically get installed into your system. So for example, we are in math, we are in random, date, time, OS, SYS, sys, then time, then statistics, calendar. So we do not need to write anything ourselves. These are already provided by the Python. Now, how we can import these tools? Sorry. Now, how we can import these libraries or packages or modules, whatever the name you want to say, you can say. So, how we can import that? You can use import keyword, and after that you need to use module name. So like this, you have seen it earlier also. You can write import, then the module name or the package name, let's say math, So we are importing this one, the first one. We are using this. So we are writing here import math. What are the I can just tell in short that math module contains all the mathematical operations. So you can perform square root or whatever you want to do that. We will learn that in the upcoming part. But for now, just understand math. The math module contains mathematics related functions, or we can perform the calculations around that. So we are printing here math.sqrt25. Sqrt function do is it just calculate the square root. So it means nothing. This line means this thing. If you know math, you probably know the answer of this thing. This thing. The answer of this is 5. So the square root of 25 is 5. So it will return 5 as the output. But one thing you need to keep in mind that it will return float value. It will not return integer. This will be wrong here. It will return 5.0. So this is the correct answer. It will return float value. So you need to just remember that what is the return data type of the various functions. If you know that you will be able to write correct codes, correct logics. If you don't know the return value, so there will be some misbalance in your logic and you may get the wrong answer. Now, how we can import specific functions in our program. So to import specific functions in our program, instead of importing everything, just write so now we are writing import math. So instead of writing this, you can write from you can use from keyword and after that write the module name, then write import and then write the function. You just need to write this. You can use from then module name. I will write here. You can write like this from then module name, and after that you can write import then your function name. So this is the syntax which you can use. So you this keyword is fixed, this keyword is fixed, so this will just change. These are the blanks which you need to fill. So to import specific function from a module, just write from then module name. After that import then the function name. So I hope you are clear with this. So what will happen? You can only use square root function when you write this statement. But when you write this statement, you can use all the other functions that are available in the module. So this is the difference. So let us go to VS Code and try executing what we have learned till now. So I will create a new file in the lecture 09 folder and I will name it as import.py. So I will just create a file with the name import.py and after that I will write here, let's say let us import math and perform a square root function. So I will write here import math. After that I will press enter and write here print math.square root 16. So it automatically came here math dot square root sqrt and then we are writing 16. So when I run this I will get 4.0 as the output. So as I have told, we got 4.0 as output. So there are other functions as well. You can also do like this print math.py. What does pi will do? It will return the value of pi, that is 3.14 something something something. So it has returned 3.14159 and this. So this is the use of math.py. And the next function is I will write this. You can do sine, cos, whatever you want, any mathematical operation, any trigonometrical operation, you can perform and get the answers. So these functions you can use in your logic in your code to write something. Now, next thing is how to import multiple functions. You know how to import a module. After that, you know how to import a specific function. Now, what we need to do is what we are doing here. We are importing multiple functions. So how you can import multiple functions over here? You just need to write from, then module name, after that import, and with the commas you can write the function names. So how it is written here, I will write over here sqrt. After that we are putting comma, after that we are writing power pow, after that again comma, then factorial. So this is the way of importing multiple functions from one single module. So only these functions will be working when you import these from this line like this. From math import sqrt comma pow comma factorial. So only these functions will be working. So when you write these will execute. But if you write here maths dot py, if you write this and try to print it, it will not execute. Why? Because we are just importing these functions. If you want to use this also, you can mention it like this. Here after putting comma, you can write pi over here. So this is the way of doing that. Now one more thing is there. I have used, no, just leave that. Now moving forward, here what it is written, import everything. So what you can do is you can import everything like this. But I recommend you just forget this part, and I just recommend you to use import and after that the module name. Just write like this, everything will work fine. So you do not need to go into any complications in the starting. When you are able to learn this, after that you can use the advanced methods like that, importing a single function according to needs and this or that. But in the starting, just use import keyword and after that the module name or the package name. This is enough for the starting. So this is, so now the next thing is licensing modules. So the next thing is licensing modules. So what do you mean by licensing? Licensing means nothing but to provide a name to something. Alias means one another name or anything you want to call that. So here what is happening? What is the concept of licensing modules? Long module names can be shortened. So what is the meaning? If you're having the long module names that can be shortened. So for example, we are having here math as the module name. So how we can short that? To short it out, to license it out, you just need to write import, then the module name, let's say math in this case, and after that you have to use as keyword, and after that write anything. Whatever you write, whatever the string you write, or anything word or character you write, you will get that alias name. So whenever you want to use any function of this module, you do not need to write math and then dot and then power. So instead of this, you can write it as like this, m dot power. So now the math name is shortened to m. Whatever you write here, that name will be working. So if you write this instead of this will be working fine. So this is the use of aliasing. So same also written over here. One more example is here. Import numpy as np. So what does this mean? Whenever you want to use any function of numpy module, you just need to write np then dot and then your function name. So this improves readability. So what is the use of alias? It improves readability. Now how can you create your own modules? To create your own modules, you just need to write the logic. You just need to write the logic in a file, and after that, come to the main file and just import it out. As we have seen in the starting, this is a simple way of creating your own module. Now we will try to create module in VS Code. So I will create a new file here. I will name it as, let's say, we will take that example only of calculator. I will say calculator.py, and here I will write the functions to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So I will quickly write out. I will quickly. So I will quickly write it out here. I will write it here as def add. After that, a comma b, return a plus b. Then def subtract, return a minus b. Then multiply, return a multiply b. After that, def divide, and the AI had written it here like this: if v is double equal to 0, raise value error. So this is some advanced concept it has written, so I will just delete it out. You will see that later what is raise error and all in the error in the upcoming lectures. So till now we just need to write this, and after that we will create one more file here. I will name it as main.py, and here I will just write import calculator. So I have written import calculator. Now it has auto suggested me, but I will just tell you how you can write one. So you need to when you are using these functions. So these functions, if you want to use, you need to write the name, the function name, and we are doing return here. So we are not printing anything. We are returning. So either you can print it directly in by using the print function, or you can store the value and after that print that variable. So I'm just doing is I'm printing it directly. So how I'm doing, just see over here, I will just write print. After that the module name, that is calculator in this case. After that I will write out the function name. After that I will give the values. I am giving 5 and 3 as the value here. So I'm giving here 5 and 3. Okay, so after that I will run it out. I will get 8. So it means we have successfully imported, we have successfully created a module. A module means nothing, just a Python file. And after that, we have just executed the function. So this is how you can do. I can show you the other functions as well: subtract, multiply, divide, and you can see the outputs here. So it is working fine. So this is how you can create a module and import that into your own program. Now we are having the concept of importing individual functions. So how you can import individual functions? So instead of, this is the same as you do in the inbuilt function. Same is here. You have to write from, then the module name, then import, then the function name. So see here. So instead of doing this, you can do it like this. You can write from calculator, then after that import add. So I will do this much only. So when I run this, I will get an error. So I'm getting error. Why error? Because I am doing calculator here. So I will delete it out. I can use the function name directly here. So now again getting error. So you can write it like this. I have cut the old code here. So in this case, you just need to write the function name. You do not need to specify calculator dot add. You just need to write add, and after that execute it, and you will get the output, the desired output. So this is how you can use this. Now, after that, we are having one more thing here: module search path. So what is module search path? When Python creates a module, it searches current folder, standard library, installed packages. So now the next thing is, what is a package? A package is a collection of related modules. A package means nothing, just a collection of related modules. For example, You are having a project and you are having the folder utilities, and in that you are having calculator.py, validation.py, database.py, init.py. So now what is there? A module means single file, a package means folder containing modules. So here calculator is one module, this is one module, this is one module, and everything in these the .py files are modules. Every single file is one module, and this utilities folder is known as package. So the utilities folder here is the package. So package means nothing, just the collection of related modules. Now, why we use package? Imagine you are having 100 modules and keeping them in one folder, it will look messy. So packages organize related modules together. So if there are some related modules that can be organized by using packages. So, for example, you are having authentication, and in authentication, you are having login.py, register.py, forward password.py. Then you are having a package database, in that you are having connection.py, modules.py. So now it looks much easier to understand what it is written. But if it will be like that, everything is there in a single folder, login.py. After that, you are having models.py, you will not be able to understand what is happening here. So to organize the files, to organize the data, to organize the code, we just do is we just make specific folders, or you can say the folders are known as packages in this. So the specific packages are created, and that the related modules are added into that. So same is happening here for authentication. We are having login, register, forward, password. So everything is related to each other. Login, register, and forward password. So these are known as packages. Now, how you can import packages, or how you can import from packages. To do that, you just need to write like this: from, then package name, after that dot module name. The syntax of this is from package name, then dot module name, after that import, then function name. So this is the syntax of writing it. So same way it is written here: from utilities. Utilities is a package, then dot calculator. Calculator here is a module, and after that we are importing function. So this is the basic syntax of writing this. Now we are having some popular built-in modules as well. So we are having math. What does math do? We have seen that earlier. It performs mathematical calculations over here. So you can use square root, seal, floor, and all the mathematical calculations related functions. And after that, we are having random package. So what does random do? It just return a random integer or a value. So we are having different functions for different tasks which you can use. So let us see that in a brief. So we have written import random, and after that we are printing random dot randint 1 comma 10, and we are just printing choice. Now this will just print an integer from 1 to 10 randomly of its own choice. It can print 2, it can print 7, it can print anything between this range. So the next function is choice. What does choice do? It will choose from a list or tuple, whatever it may be. So here we are having colors as a list, and after that we are printing random. We have used the module name. After that we are writing dot choice, the function name, and then we are handing over this list to this function. So it will choose any random color from this, any random value it will give. After that we are having shuffle function. It will just shuffle out the positions, the indexes of this list. So these are some functions of random module. After that, we are having date time. So what does date time do? It just gives you the date, the current time, the current year. So date time dot now will just give you current date, time, and year. So this is the use case of date time. You can explore that in detail, but I'm just giving you a brief introduction to this. After that, we are having OS module. So what does this do? OS module is used to work with the folders. We will see that in detail in the next lecture, maybe. But for now, you can just understand that it is used to do file handling operations. After that, we are having sys. After that, we are having time and all that. You can explore these yourself. Now, the important part of the lecture is here how you can install third-party packages. You know how to work with built-in packages. After that, you know how to create custom modules. Now, the main thing is how you can work with third-party packages. Third party. To work with third-party packages, you just need to do like this. Pip install, then the package name. When you write this, that package will be installed into your system. Pip is the Python command, the command line. You can run this in the terminal or any command line tool and you can get the result. So to install NumPy is a package. So to install that, you just need to write pip install NumPy. I will show that here. I will come to VS Code and I will open the terminal from here. I will open the terminal and I will write here. Sorry, I will write here pip install NumPy. So when I write this and press enter, it will simply search the package, and it will start installing that. So it will automatically install that into your system, and after that you can import into your file and use that. So this is saying a new release of pip is available. So it is saying to update the pip, but it has successfully installed NumPy. So you can see here successfully installed NumPy 2.5.1. So NumPy is installed now. I can simply write here import NumPy and use the functions of that. Now checking installed packages. So how can you install that? How can you check that the package is installed? You can simply write pip list. After that, we are having requirements.txt. So what is requirements.txt? So to manage professional projects, we use requirements.txt, or you can say a text file in which we write the versions of the libraries which we are using. So this is the example of that, how you can write it out. It is useful when you are sharing projects so that the other person which is downloading or viewing the project files, he or she may be able to understand which version you are using of various libraries. So we are having some real world examples now. Here it is having a random password generator. So you can do many things with the packages. Do whatever you want, make whatever you want by importing some code functions or anything. So here we are creating a random password generator. So what is the code of that? We are just importing random library. After that, we are importing string library, or you can say module. After that, we are creating a variable here, characters, and we are performing some operations over here. We are performing string operations. After that, we are using random dot choice, and after that, we are just printing the and we are just returning the password. We are using concept of loops, we are using concepts of random function, string function, and everything is combined. Two, three topics are combined here. So this is a good example to start with. Now, what are the common mistakes? So, forgetting to import the module. So sometimes the students do is they start using the functions like they will write sqrt25, but the module is not imported. So in VS Code you can easily understand that the module is not imported because that will suggest that in the suggestions or the AI will write it itself whenever you write the function. So there is no need to worry about that. But sometimes when you are not working in VS Code or when you are not working with AI tool, so it may be a little stressful to manage that. So that time, just write the module name in the starting whenever you are starting the code and you know that this module will be used in that. So beforehand, you just need to import that. After that, writing wrong module name is another mistake which you can solve. So instead of maths, sometimes you write maths. So this is very common, which everyone does. I have also done this, but with the practice, you will able to learn it. So now this should be very much clear that what is module, what is package. You should not mix up these concepts and installing packages in the wrong environment. Just don't don't put this. Now we are having mini project here, random password generator. I have shown this how you can do that. We are having some practice questions over here. Import the math module and calculate the square root of a number. We have done these are very basic questions. Very basic questions. I recommend you to do these questions and after that go to ChatGPT. Just write I want intermediate level questions related to this topic and it will give you some questions which you should try by yourself first and after that ask for the solution and you will be able to test yourself how much you have grasped the knowledge and how much you are implementing. So it will be easy for you to learn this. After that, here are some more programs given over here. These are very simple. I have not included any advanced question over here. You can go to ChatGPT and ask for the advanced concepts and all the things. This is a beginner friendly course which you can watch for starting. But after that, for the advanced part, you need to take help from other sources. So this is today's lecture summary. Today we have learned about modules, why modules are useful, import statement, different import styles, aliases, creating custom modules, then name variable, then packages, then built-in modules, and we have seen pip and requirement.txt. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.